Hey guys, and welcome to a recent gaming episode. Ever so thankful when I'm able to do these because it means I'm actually playing video games and not just collecting or watching YouTube videos about them. This is my second completion of a game for the PlayStation 4 since I got it last month, and this is my first full-length game. And even though I love this game a whole lot, I am a little disappointed that this is a game I've already completed. But this was PS4's Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, to be honest, I had not expected to complete this game anytime soon. I was really wanting to play it, but I was hot and heavy in Dying Light, and I'd started some Fallout 4 and a few other things. And Dying Light was the one I was concentrating on, but I got stuck in a part that frustrated me quite a bit. So I just decided, what could I jump into that I know I could play for a while or possibly even complete? And that was Grand Theft Auto 5. So, as I said, I've already beat Grand Theft Auto 5 once before. I had played it on the PS3. That's the console that I bought it for when it first came out. It's a console that I played the online version of for a long time. But it had been since the tail end of 2013 when that first came out that I played it. So that was actually a few months prior to when I started doing videos and whatnot. So I never got a chance to really talk about playing and completing the game. I did do a video in my favorite game series that was about both like San Andreas and GTA 5. So that's on my channel if you care and if you want to look at that. But I want to talk more about, specifically in this one, the differences that I could see between the PS4 version and the PS3 version. Because this version came out later. This came out in late 2014, if I remember correctly. And, it was late 2014, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, maybe early 2015. I could be wrong. But anyway, this came out, and they improved some things about the game, mainly graphical stuff. I do believe that the graphics looked a little nicer, but they weren't mind-blowingly better. What was better that was kind of obvious was, I believe anyway, there were more NPCs moving around on the map. They added more foliage. That was one of the things that they talked about when they were leading up to the release of this. There would be more plant life and whatnot on the map. There would be more wildlife, especially like the first time I stumbled across a cat walking around on the map, or some miscellaneous dogs as well. More wildlife in the forest and stuff like that. And I guess probably my favorite graphical upgrade were the weather effects. They were just so good. When it would rain, it just felt so much more like real rain. And then afterwards, with the water that would remain on the ground for a while, I was really impressed by that. Now, as for the game itself, the storyline and all that, gosh, I love I love the story to this game so much. It's so well done, the way that they did the three protagonists, and all the different missions that you would do. Although I have to admit, the second time around, I'd kind of I'd kind of forgot just how many missions there were that involved flying airplanes or helicopters. I fucking hate the flying in these games. And I'm pretty sure I'm saying that as a person who just sucks at the flying part. I'm not blaming it on the game, but it was so tough trying to do all those missions all over again. Only one time did I skip a part, and I mainly did it because I think it was because I needed to go to bed, and I just didn't want to keep doing this one airplane mission over and over again. Flying just not my cup of tea when it comes to Grand Theft Auto. But I love the story. I love the heists. I love the backstory for all these characters. I've always said, and I'm not that anybody that I know of is like conflicting with me, but I've always felt like this game was the story of Franklin Clinton. I believe he is the main character, and I believe that the characters of Michael and Trevor were more side characters, and the ability to control all of them was really, really cool. But I think if this game had been released and you only controlled one character, it would be Franklin. Main reason why I say that is because I feel like of all the characters in this game, Franklin is the most down-to-earth and the most realistic character in this game. Michael is really stereotypical, like cliche mobster movie kind of guy with his crazy dysfunctional family. I'm sure they borrowed a lot from like The Sopranos and things like that. And he was just extremely over the top. Not anywhere near the level of Trevor. Now Trevor just goes to another planet. He's completely not of this world, it would seem. But Franklin, in my opinion, feels like the most realistic depicted character in the entire story of this game. And he was my favorite character of the story. And Trevor is very interesting. He's a very appealing character, and just because of how outrageous that he is. And Michael was an enjoyable character as well. But you saw a lot of instances in the game of just Michael and Trevor yelling at each other, yelling at the people around each other. And while while Franklin had Lamar as the person that he kind of butted heads with, it was nowhere near the level of anxiety and angst as Trevor and Michael faced with each other and with their families and their friends. But I'm not really going to like go into the story of GTA 5. It's been out long enough that most people who are going to play it have. But at the same time, I don't really want to spoil anything. But I do want to say that I chose a different ending than the first time that I played the game. If there is an ending that is a good one, an overall good ending, I did that in the PS3 version. So this time around, I decided to do one of the other things that you could do at the end of the game, and it was actually quite enjoyable just to see what would happen. But yeah, I really, really loved playing this again. I think that this updated or upgraded version that came out for the PS4 and Xbox One and the PC was worth the extra money to purchase this game for a second time. I want to play the online a little bit before my PlayStation Network time is up. My PlayStation Plus, I guess it is. But I'll probably go back and play this a lot of different times just because of the stupid, silly shit that you can do. I spent a lot of time just driving around in a car, unarmed, and just flipping people off and getting their reactions and seeing who would try to come after me and beat my ass, who would run away scared, how many traffic jams I could start, how many times I could get people to get pissed off at one another, how many times I could piss off the cops. Just stupid, meaningless things that you can do in this game that are just so much fun. The ability in the story mode to ragdoll your character to jump and then ragdoll and crash into things. Like I said, it's so dumb, and I could sit there for hours and do it. And sometimes I would. Sometimes a gaming session would go for a couple of hours and I might get one mission done because I was just farting around in the game like an idiot. And that's just one of my favorite things about Grand Theft Auto games and games in general that are like this. It just lets you go off into the world and do whatever you want to if you want. And there's few games that let you have so much freedom as a game like this does. So, Grand Theft Auto 5, my second PS4 game completion after Firewatch. I'm hoping now to get back into Dying Light, perhaps some Fallout 4, but I also have Witcher 3 and Just Cause 3 that are kind of behind me, just begging for me to play them, so that's probably, amongst that group is probably the next game that I will have completed. But we'll just see what happens when we get to that. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.